Tamoor Hussain.
Jeff Grubb.
That's right, and I am feeling the hi-fi rush. This was the big surprise at the Xbox Developer Direct Showcase earlier this week. I had heard that this game existed, and that was about it. And they're like, oh, it was going to be in that showcase. And I was like, okay, what is it? And basically it was explained to me, it's a smaller game of a Pentiment-like scale out of Tango Gameworks. That doesn't feel exactly accurate looking at it. This game is $30. It's on Game Pass everywhere, all that stuff. I've been playing it. It feels like maybe it's more than a $30 game, but who am I to say don't give me a deal?
This is one of those like cases where it's like, hey, we made a small game where we think that it's worth $30, and then you play it and you're like, as someone who enjoys games, this is giving me such good value that I would pay more for it.
Exactly.
And it's one of those cases where it's like, if you make a good thing, people will pay for it and even pay more for it. You know what I mean?
Didn't need 300 people to do photorealistic details on a 4K world. So they're like, oh, I guess we can't charge $60. I think you might have been able to get away with $60 on this one. But
yeah,
we'll play. I haven't finished it. I've heard it's about 15 hours long. What is the game? I'm hopping into like the first boss fight here. I think it's going to give you a pretty good idea of what it is. Then we're also not doing the streamer mode because this uses a lot of licensed music. We're gonna go with it. This is an it's Elite beat 'em up agents, right? It is
yes.
It is Devil May Cry to the beat. You gotta fight things with your just like so many other action games, and I gotta remember how to play here. But you need to be doing your attacks to the beat, and in this case, that beat is a Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah, and the important thing is, you are not penalized for being offbeat. All that happens is, when you're on beat, your attacks are more powerful. So even if you are rhythmically challenged, you will still have a great time because outside of the beat matching combat, there is still fundamentally good action game combat. The likes of Devil May Cry and Nier Automata or whatever it may be. It's a character action game, and then there is beat stuff laid on top. The other really interesting thing about it is how it reinforces the beat in so many different ways around you to help you get on beat. So as you can probably see on screen, everything around you is pulsating to the beat. Everything from the stage itself, you can see the volume kind of track in the back, and then the UI itself as well. So if you look at your own health bar, you can see the beat there. And there's even an option to have like a beat tracker on the screen. So if you need a visual indicator of it, you will get that. And the smartest thing is also your character will also move to the beat. If you like idle, he'll like bop left and right to the beat.
He does his little snap. Oh, you gotta watch out for this.
So yeah, it's like very, very intelligently designed to give you the best chance of being on beat and getting the most out of the combat the way it's meant to be played. But at the same time, if you can't do that, you will still have a fundamentally enjoyable experience with the combat and the world.
Yes, and so it's like, and there are difficulty options, and there's some like, hey, are you good at action games and good at rhythm games? In which case, too hard. And I'm trying that. I think I might knock it down to normal because it's like I'm close, but sometimes I am like, oh, I'm forgetting to go to the beat. And the game's very forgiving. It just makes it feel like when things do work out, it feels very cool.
Yes, and it has such good energy.
Right. All this animation here, you like, oh, a $30 game, they're gonna like, yeah, it'll look cartoony because they're trying to save money. None of this feels like they're trying to save money.
No.
This is one of the best looking games I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's look at this.
It's
like
stunning.
It is like, it has Scott Pilgrim energy.
Yes, it definitely does.
Both the comic, the movie, and the game itself. And I think that it carries it a long way. There's a kind of Saturday morning cartoon charm to this game that everything that they really buy into and lean into. Everything from the way it's written and the characters to the music to the animation style, it like reinforces that, and it makes the game one of those experiences that you feel, if it hits for you, you feel good playing it, you feel happy playing it, you feel excited playing it.
It feels new and refreshing. It feels like a different direction for a major video game publisher, and really it's kind of in line with what a lot of stuff Microsoft's been doing. Grounded from Obsidian.
I love this.
Me too. The slow motion, like screaming, his facial animations are all so top notch. It feels like really great performance capture, but I think it's all just basically hand animated, with the 3D character, obviously. But they're like going in there and nailing that stuff. And it's like, well, this is Tenko Gameworks. They're in Japan. There's a legacy there of great animators. So if it's not from people that like have done that before, they are at least tapping into that lineage, and it just it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I mean, and again, Devil May Cry, it's got the rating system. It's different ratings for like what kind of, if you're using a lot of different kinds of combos, but also if you're sticking to the beat a lot, all that stuff is measured, and it gives you reasons to go back. So far though, I've been enjoying just kind of like getting through it and seeing how far I can get. These sections too with the characters bantering and stuff have also been very good.
Yeah, because like this kid is like obviously he's the heart of the game, but
Chai is his name.
Yeah, he's just super jazzed to be anywhere, do anything. Like he wanted to be like one of these weird like part mechanical people, and in the beginning of the game during the transformation process, accidentally had himself merge with basically an iPod.
And now his iPad is in his chest and powering him. Yeah,
it's powering him, and it lets him like feel the beat of the world around him, and he's also basically realizing that he's kind of a superhero, and he is very jazzed about all that. Like he's very happy and very excited to be like special and like have something behind the confidence he has from himself to power him.
And all these sections here where it's we're going like right now. This is like a 2D animated section where it does look very like Into the Spider-Verse, right, with the animation happening on the tubes. This usually goes, it'll transition right back into gameplay pretty seamlessly. And again, it just has this slick, expensive feel to it. Like a lot of care and detail went into it. And I mean, it's hard not to be shocked that that's the case for a game that came out of nowhere, literally came out of nowhere, announced and released on the same day.
The cat is called 808.
Yes, very good
kitty.
Which
is great.
You're the cat.
Yeah.
And the cat like is like another thing that like gives a beat, and it hovers next to you during combat, and its eyes like glow neon blue to the beat, so it makes it very easy to get back on when you feel like you're losing your way. They really thought about everything here, and it's like every chance they can to get you back into the rhythm of the game, they're giving you all those chances.
So, 808 said you were gonna help me get out of here.
I am. Right after you help me look into Spectra.
I don't even know what that
is. So there is a
Don't expect
story where there's like some sort of weird corporation that is slowly like taking over the world.
It is the corporation that gave you your mechanical arm, and he came in with like a sling, so it's like his arm might have been, he wanted to get his arm replaced so he could go back to playing guitar because he wants to be a rock star. But when they put the iPod in his chest accidentally, it like fell in and got put inside him, he became a defect, and now they're trying to eliminate him, and we're trying to escape through what I think this entire city is the corporation. Like I think that's how it is, because like we just went through like the QA department, and that was like a major skyscraper of its own.
Yeah. So the company does not want a defective product out there, basically.
Yes.
And they think that he's a defect, so they're just hunting him.
I'll make sure you get off Vandalay.
Also, the corporation is called Vandalay Industries, so a big shout out to Seinfeld there. And here's our hideout.
So this is the game opens, and you get a little cutscene story set up, and then you basically go into the first hour of gameplay.
You really are small.
And it shows you the mechanics, and then you come here to a central hub where you return to every now and then.
How do you feel about that first hour? I was pretty happy with it, but it is a tutorial section. It does stop to teach you a lot of things pretty frequently.
Yeah.
I thought the pacing was still pretty good, but it is one of those tutorials where it's stopping you frequently.
Yeah, it does stop you frequently, but I think it's necessary because it stops you to tell you what you need to do, and then also gives you a kind of risk-free opportunity to test and really mess with it. So they have two kind of tutorials where it's like an actual, like, we're going to pull you out of where you are and put you into a new place.
Right.
And it's still quite charming because it's like you're on a stage at a concert and someone explains to you how to do it. But they also have this robot, which is just who seems to have a very keen understanding and awareness of you that it's a refrigerator robot.
Yeah, called
and it always just
Smidge,
knows.
smart fridge.
Yeah, Smidge. Yeah, and it's always like, it seems you have unlocked the ability to do
I'm not the
hair
master of
juggles.
Vandalay tactics.
I will show you.
Years,
Yeah,
I may
it's
be
like
able
that
to
kind
give
of
you
It's
funny
clever.
thing. Yeah, and it's like, please beat me up, show me how you can do this. So it lets you practice on them, and then at the end it'll be like, great job, and it'll like
I
refill
said
your
I would
health
show
or give you something.
Here you can learn new attacks.
I think
You
the
can use them just by
tutorialization is
buying them.
necessary.
Here's your chance
And
to
it's
learn
done in a
special attacks.
quirky and kind of memorable way.
Right, they
which
got to
I
give you
like.
the confidence that, yeah, look, it feels like there's a lot going on, but you can do this. And here's why, here are the safety rails we're putting into place, what you talked about, the attacks always landing on the beat. Here they are, so you understand that we're going to make sure that you're always having fun. But if you want to try to optimize your attacks, here's what you need to do, and here's how you could do it. Yeah, it's pretty well done.
Yeah. Also, like a growth path here, you can see, like you can. So right now, your special
And
attacks
finally,
are once you
here are items
build
for
the
some
bar,
permanent
you can like
upgrades.
press the two triggers in.
I've got an idea for
Oh no, the
something,
sticks
but
in,
sticks, yeah.
and
let's say
unleash
it's
unleash a big
still
attack, and so you can unlock more of those and swap them out. But you can also like
I can do more
unlock
than you
new combat attacks, like different delay attacks, air juggles, different moves, and also enhance your attributes. So fairly robust like character development system here. I don't think it's going to be super long in a Devil May Cry fashion. Like I might be wrong. I'm not super far into it.
I don't know
Devil
either.
May Cry is like you get a new weapon and that's an entirely new skill tree, basically.
Right, that doesn't seem like it's going to, you're right, that doesn't seem like it's going to
doesn't seem like it's going to be a big thing given the narrative setup. It's like your arm and this thing here. Maybe 808 gets some updates or something, but we'll see. But if you go back into that, can you go into another one of those? Yeah, so you can see the visual indicator at the bottom of the screen that we mentioned earlier. You can have that on screen always if you want it.
Yeah, I might turn that on for first. So we can see
just so that, yeah. And the other thing is like when you're landing it perfectly, you will see, you can hear the audio for like, hey, hey, hey. So you'll have like the audience kind of matching your beat as well and telling you you're doing right.
And you can see like this, the X, Y, X, X, X looks like, a combo from a beat 'em up, right? Or from a brawler. But those do involve the music. X's are always the quarter notes, and then the Y is the half note. So you're going to hit X, and then on the next beat, you'll hit Y, but then you're going to wait 2 beats, hit the next X, and then it goes beat, beat, beat. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
And if you do that, then you'll get the maximum damage there. But if you actually just kind of like get close and you're still hitting those buttons in this order, you will still pull off this combo. And so it's like you're not going to feel like you are having a lot of abandoned attempts at trying to do something. No, things are going to work, but it's just going to. They want you to get on beat to feel the best way when you're actually pulling these things off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up one more thing. I think probably. Yeah, that looks good. Y, X, Y. That's an easy one.
You picked up the exact same things I did.
Yeah, I like how these seem very good. I'll try those. Let's take a look at special attacks. Pick me up. When Shy's in trouble, he will bust out a reserve energy drink to give him a health boost mid-battle. Landing the beat hit when drinking will restore even more health. Oh, very cool. Then overdrive slash. After triggering the attack, you'll need to complete the button combination. Shy builds up energy to the rhythm to unleash a series of slashes. Let's go for it. Okay.
Do it.
Items, life gauge, electrical health tank. Okay, so like you can. We've been finding health tanks. We've been finding broken health tanks that'll expand how much health we have in the game. Pretty typical stuff for a game like this. All right. Look around a little bit more. Anything else in here?
Yeah.
Then we can customize ourselves too. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't see this part. I think I just ran back to the couch.
Pizza.
Yeah. Piece of shirt. Call me 8. That's a good shirt.
Yeah, call me 808. That's very good. Jackets. Oh, cool. All right, yeah, it's cool. It all looks very, very great.
Yeah.
I think. All right, going back to the couch. Next stage. Let's go. I'm gonna get into
Charge
it.
thoughts.
Okay.
Should have done my bad.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's just gonna take me in there. Okay.
Mission report. So this Spectra program is, like I said, top secret. And only the top brass of the company have info on it.
Why are you so worried? Spectra could be anything.
Let's just say someone on the inside.
In terms of
gave
like
hot
the
tip.
length of the game, though, I can see like with these many bosses, it could easily go to about 12, 15 hours.
Yeah, 12,
So
15 hours,
yeah.
Powers.
Which is pretty big for a game like this as well.
Yeah, that's the main concern. Like, will it sustain itself?
Yes, exactly. You might get, is there still going to be enough new stuff keeping me feeling like this is novel to the end? And we'll see.
Especially from a gameplay perspective. I think as long as they keep up the same kind of creativity around the world, the kind of the vibe of it, the energy around it, and it's also quite a heavy platforming game.
Yeah.
And which is like fine.
Not in like an open world sense, I mean like kind of almost a Ratchet and Clank sense, right?
Yeah, almost like it legitimately. It's like, here's the platform. It's gonna vanish in 2 seconds and then reappear. Make sure you time it jumps right. Do a double jump, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I feel like that end of it, as long as they stay consistent, will be enough to push most people to see the ending.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of whether they keep the combat mixed up.
Right, but I mean, they have a little bit of a secret weapon, right? The soundtrack. They can keep rolling out surprising new songs that you're like, oh, I want to see that next one. I want to see that next one. And if it's something that really hits with you, that could be a very exciting moment, even if a lot of other stuff isn't changing. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's,
we already had like at least one Nine Inch Nails track.
Exactly.
We got Ario here.
Yeah, there's I've heard the Flaming Lips is in here. I'm like, I gotta see that. And you can see, again, everything happening to the beat. Like, this is happening here. Boom. Boom. That's very cool.
Cool.
And I don't know about you, but when I'm playing this, I am tapping my toe. Just like when I was playing alto saxophone in band class.
I was, like, sitting on the couch and, like, moving my head, bopping my head.
Yeah. All right, Tam, we had some tech issues, but we're back. We're back here. We're back where we were, basically.
Yeah.
Let's. I just kind of want to see this next section, see if we can find any platforming or whatever, to show everybody that stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly we've shown off what this game is and what makes it special. The good thing about it is it's immediately apparent, right? What makes it work.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah, what you're seeing here is a game that has design and mechanics distilled down to like the most satisfying parts of it, and like brought together under a really cool visual wrapper and an interesting like twist on the core action gameplay with the rhythm stuff. So
Yeah.
and everything else seems to be like a cherry on top.
Exactly, and it's like it's just. Give it an example of just how well thought out it is. I mean, we talked about how, like, okay, yeah, he's moving, he's snapping, the whole world's moving the beat. Well, then you're going to kind of want to be doing everything the beat, right? We talked about the attacks a lot, but also, like, the double jump. Like, I'll do the double jump to the beat. It's like, this little musical stingers will happen to the beat if you do it right. If you do it off the beat, you actually don't hear the music at the right thing, and the dodge is the same way.
Yeah, if you do it on beat, you get 3
Yeah.
perfectly timed dashes in a row. A little thumbs up before he starts a fight.
Yep, it's super cute. Let's see if I try one of these new ones. Yeah, it feels real good.
Yeah. Let's see if you can use your like special ability.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm still getting powered up.
Nice.
There we go. Almost.
There you go.
Yeah, that feels real good.
That's cool. These laser guys are so annoying.
Yeah. Oh man, just
yeah, that was cool. The dash out on beat and dash back in on beat was really good.
It's like it all just starts happening naturally after a while because you're like you are feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels real nice.
Solid.
Yeah, it's the kind of game that's just like, oh, it's so nice to have a surprise like this come out of nowhere, and I don't know. At the end of the year, I expect I'm still going to be thinking about this when it comes like Game of the Year time.
Yeah.
Like, I think right now, I mean, obviously we're very early, but this is a game that would have made my top 10 last year. I think is kind of where I'm at with it. So
yeah.
I think, you know, if it, as long as it maintains like we talked about, I think we'll probably get to the end of the year and I'll still be thinking about Hi-Fi Rush.
Good job, Tango.
Yeah, right.
And good job, Bethesda, and I guess good job, Microsoft, on letting this happen.
Exactly. I think that's where we're at. Where like they let this happen, and I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah. This is the exact kind of thing that more developers should do, and it's the exact kind of thing that Game Pass enables, right? Between Pentiment and this, it's a really good place, and it's a really good precedent that Microsoft and Bethesda are setting, where they let their teams who are known for major blockbusters do cool ideas that keep them kind of sane, you know?
Yep, and it's what I hope happens here is we see this succeed on its own terms, not having to be some big live service game, not have to be some game that sells 5, 6, 7 million copies just to make sense. It's not that game. It was never trying to be that game, and it seems better for it on all accounts. And it's like, okay, maybe gaming's getting to a place where we can be in a sustainable place with bigger games like this. I know with $30 smaller game, whatever, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like a bigger game, and yet it also still feels sustainable and surprising and cool and amazing in all these great ways. So I'm just I really am kind of buzzing playing this game, like, oh, this is exactly what I want from a big publisher like Microsoft and Bethesda and Tango Gameworks. Please do more of this. Absolutely. Tam, thank you for taking the time to play this with me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Everyone play Hi-Fi Rush.
Definitely. It's on Game Pass. $30 on Steam. I think it's on Epic as well. Bye, everybody. Yeah.